At the 200 metres now, and Ladari and Brambles race up. And here's Lucia Valentina coming with Puissance Staloon. They're down the outside together. It's Brambles, Ladari, and Lucia Valentina joining in. Brambles, Ladari, Lucia Valentina comes home the best, and she's got up and won it.
Like a dog at the shrine of your life, I'll tell you my sins so you can sharpen your knife.
Lucia Valentina winning the Group 1 Turnbull in the spring, wearing the colours of Lib Petrea, the same colours, of course, that were worn by Maygrove on the weekend. And the man who manages Lib's racing interests and a whole heap of other interests racing-wise is Bloodstock agent Bruce Perry, who's been kind enough to join us here on the set tonight. Good evening, and what a great 12 months you've had.
Thanks, Daryl. No, it's been wonderful. Yeah, it really has.
This week, in the whole scheme of things for you, how important?
Vital, I suppose. It's probably, yeah, it's really responsible where we're going to be in 2 years' time. So it's
there's a lot of planning involved in your purchasing, obviously, Bruce. I mean,
yeah, there is a lot of work.
A long-term goal of what you're trying to achieve.
Yeah, I think you have races in mind, or the type of horse that you're trying to buy. So, you know, you do your homework based around that, really, based around that.
Maygrove.
Yep.
Now, we touched on Maygrove before. We spoke about it with Andrew. Maygrove, tell us about the name Maygrove. There's a great little story behind this.
There is. I probably shouldn't tell you, because I think it probably says that I'm not much of a judge. There are a hell of a lot of people out there that know as much as I do. Not long after I bought the horse, a week later, I got an email from the Maygrove Retirement Village and their recreational officer, and they'd been out here on a day trip, and they'd decided that was the best horse. They loved that horse. So they wanted to know where it was going and things. So I said it was going to Murray, and ever since that day we've kept them in touch. I seen them, and we've got a big fan club there now, and they came out when he raced in the Derby, and they back him, they do everything, and no, they're just wonderful.
Are they coming out to help this week?
I think there's a new crew coming out on Wednesday, so hopefully, yeah. So any owners out there, if they want a decent agent, just ring the retirement village. And they actually know their stuff, one or two of them, and they know more than I'll probably ever know. It's brilliant.
How many are there?
I think there are about 8 or 9 that came out. Oh, yeah. Good. No, it's just been wonderful. Yeah, you get notes from them and thank yous at Christmas. No, they're just so cool.
That's cool, eh?
You haven't got them into a horse?
No, I don't. No, they're in this one. They're in Maygrove.
Oh, they are actually in Maygrove?
No, they're not.
Yeah.
By Spirit.
By Spirit, yeah. It's got a big support club.
Yeah.
So, no, it's a lot of fun. It is.
Lucia Valentina, she's just lived the dream really for you guys, hasn't she? What she did, winning the Turnbull before that in Sydney, and then that massive run in the Caulfield Cup. Where's she at? When will we see her again?
She's coming up very well. I think she's improved, according to Chris. She's probably stepped it up again. She'll probably step out in the Apollo, then perhaps the Chipping Norton, into the probably the Ramback, and then the QE, and then out again, and then perhaps, if everything went according to plan, maybe target the Cox Plate. So that's the dream. Whether our horses.
How early on did you think that she was really good?
I was relying on Stephen Marsh, and he said pretty early on. I think him and but he's actually been okay.
Has he?
He has been. No, he's done a good job. I think Troy Harris did the initial little bit of work, and the Beatsons, they broke her in. They do basically all our breaking in, and they liked her as well. So she was one of those fillies that just from day one showed she was a bit special.
She did something in her first start that very, very few horses can do, and that was, I think, race 1 at Tauranga. Over a short course maiden, it's normally up and in. You've got to be on the speed, up and in. And she was last on the corner, and her run was phenomenal that day. And I think that put the writing on the wall for me. And she went then unlucky at Waikato, and then came out and won that group race at her next start. And from there, she's always obviously had heaps of ability.
Yeah. She actually had, even though Stephen said how well she went early on, she had a couple of trials, and she, didn't do a lot. Struck a couple of wet tracks, so we put it down to that. And as it turned out, she well, don't know whether she likes it. She goes on anything, but she probably handles it. Yeah, she handles a wet track probably as well as anything else. So, but she handles it hard. So to see her do that was quite a surprise that first day.
Yeah, phenomenal.
Where's Atlante at now, Bruce?
Lante, he's in Andrew and Murray's stable somewhere. Hopefully he's.
We've seen him trial.
He trialled up,
Yeah, he didn't. He had to jump out the other day, and they're very happy with him. He'll go to Te Rapa for the 1400. Everything would have to go well. The intention is to stand him at stud, and if he had another run or two, that'd be a bonus.
So
when
there's no immediate plan to go back to Australia with him?
No, not really. He's mentally, a few things went wrong those last few runs in Australia, and the Hawks did a great job with him, and then they just said, basically the wheels fell off. A couple of rides, just circumstances against him, and it just turned to custard. And the autumn was similar, whereby you got those wet tracks, and he needs a hard track. So the Hawks are adamant he was a Group 1 horse in Australia. I think he showed that when he beat Trust and August in that fresh first up for them.
Yep.
Over 1200. So so we'll just see how it goes, but. Yeah, it's exciting for Sims, Davison and Mapley, and he's got a great crew behind him. Lib's still got 20% at the moment. He'll probably sell down.
It's very important for stallions when they're racing for everything to go right for them, isn't it? Because it can get to them mentally very quickly. Like you alluded to, he had a couple of average rides, and all of a sudden he starts pulling and overdoing things, and you just keeping a stallion mentally sound is a big job, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. I think there are a lot of fast-net rock geldings. There are a lot of geldings, full stop, but there are a lot of fast-net rock geldings. They're very good horses, but the bulls, they're tough. And even when he won the 2000 Guineas, Opie got off and said this horse should have won by 5.
Yeah.
And he's been that sort of, he's got so much ability. But they're boys.
Yeah, lads.
Anyway, the future. How many did you get today?
Got 4 today.
Yeah.
So we've got a couple of fillies and couple of colts, got an authorised actually. See if we can go back to the well.
Yeah.
And then we bought one that's a Tavistock related to Lucia Valentina, so try and keep within the comfort zone. We know what we do well.
Weren't the nice fillies very competitive? There was a lot of people on the nice fillies.
Yeah, there were.
Whether they be by the Savabeel or what, but a nice filly, it's changed a bit, the market, and they're very hard to buy.
Very hard to buy mares at the moment.
Okay.
I go to a few of the mare sales around the world, and you can't buy them. Basically, it's tough.
Because of?
The breeders, that top-end commercial market, and you can't buy black-type fillies. It's, what they're worth is incredible. So
people getting in now.
So you have to get in now.
Right.
So, and that's what's driving it.
Okay.
And the respect of our thoroughbred, I mean, the Karaka Sales now is renowned, world renowned. I mean, they love our horses. They know our fillies can run middle distance and train on. So there's a demand there.
Yep.
And we've got some great filly size. You've got Savabeel, you've got O'Reilly, you've got a swag in them. Some, very, very good size. So that's great.
So you got 4 today. How many more have you sort of earmarked?
Well, we have 5 on the wish list today. We've got 4 of them, and probably so we're wrapped. And probably tomorrow there might be 3 or 4 on the wish list, and we'd like to get those.
Yeah.
That's it.
The list is very small.
You only buy from the Red Book, Bruce?
No.
No?
Buy out of the Blue Book.
Yep.
And then Festival to see how we go.
Right.
The Premier catalogue still has some very good value. You get pedigrees and you can get some great types.
Yep.
The Blue Book, it has great types as well, but sometimes the market, suddenly people appear that weren't here, and it's just hard to buy a horse out of the Blue Book. So
yeah. Oh, very good. Dicello was good last night.
We're delighted.
Yeah.
It was good, and it was great for Sammy Williams and Perencanto.
Deserved a bit of fate though.
Oh, we're pretty happy, I tell you. We had no expectations, and look, we'd drawn wide, and Liam Birchley, they're great guys showcasing. It's good for showcasing. He's another young stallion, so it's good for the industry.
It's 2 out of the first 3 home, first season sizes.
No, it's really important for us. We had a bit of success on the Saturday, and hopefully we'll get a little bit more at some stage. So
good on you. We really appreciate you coming in, and all the best for the rest of the week.
Thank you.
All right, Bloodstock agent Bruce Perry with us here on Weigh In. We're back with more after this.
To get involved but haven't known where to start? Then the Karaka Open Day is the place to be. See the horses, meet the people and get involved. Your thoroughbred journey starts on February the 4th at Karaka. See you there.
Every race day, we pass with flying colours. Join the Group 1 winning Tiakau team. Experience the thrill of racing. It's easy, fun and affordable. Simply call Tiakau Racing, where owners come first.
Nadim, champion Group 1 son of Redout's Choice.
And here's Nadim, it's going to swap them and beat them. Nadim with a storming run over the top of them has got the Blue Diamond one.
Nadim, sire of the season's Group 1 winning son Sterling City at the Dubai World Cup.
Sterling City beat Rich Tapestry.
Nadim, sire of the talented Group 3 winning and Group 1 placed Shani Rose.
Shani Rose is one of the nose.
Nadim, 61% winners to runners. Yearling selling up to $300,000. Nadim, $10,000 plus GST.
The last Zabeel through the ring here at Karaka there, and marking the end of an era for Sir Patrick Hogan and Cambridge Stud, and a real special moment, Butch.
That was cool. That was really cool. It was emotional, you know. Joe Walls, who's been with Sir Patrick all the way through, 20 years since he sold the first Zabeel, and he was there to sell it. Sir Patrick leading it through, you know, a lot of his friends there, a lot of his people that have bought Zabeels over the years, and Zabeels changed a number of people's lives as well. They were all there to see it. It was... Yeah, cool's the word. Yeah, it was
awesome.
But it was special.
Got a standing ovation, and
yeah.
No, it was great stuff. And he had the same kit on that he had when he, you know, 100 years ago. Sorry, Sir Patrick. He still looks sharp though.
Yeah, doesn't he? Yeah. NZB's co-managing director Petrea Vela has joined us, and it was a special moment, wasn't it?
It was. It was sort of a goosebump moment almost, wasn't it? The standing ovation at the end when he sort of did the honour lap, I thought it was really lovely, and it marks the end of an era, as you say, and. Yeah, good on him.
You must have been really delighted with day one.
Yeah, we are. Look, at the start of the day, we sort of hoped that we could post figures in line with last year, and we've almost done exactly that. It's sort of bang on. The average is about the same, 145. Clearance is about 74%, which is a good solid day. The median, I think, is about 110, which was the same at the end of the Premier Sale last year. And overall, it felt quite buoyant. You know, there was a lot of spirited bidding, but you'll know better than I will. Yeah. And they felt like there was some confidence there.
A lot of the, you can see when the lots that they want come in, the people will come in and very competitive on a lot of, particularly I was amazed the number of fillies, and Bruce Perry just explained how difficult it is to buy a broodmare around the world at the moment, a top end one, so people are coming in and buying fillies and looking to make them on the racecourse.
Yeah, well, actually, it was surprising to us that the fillies' average was actually slightly higher than the colts today, which is very unusual.
You could sense it, though.
Yeah.
You know, you get a nice filly come in and bang, they're all there.
Well, I mean, I've never seen the auditorium that busy.
No.
Have you?
No.
And it really was. It was when Sir Patrick was in there, they were sort of 6 and 7 deep at the top.
Standing room,
it's amazing.
Wasn't there?
It really was.
It wasn't an empty seat
I was trying to bid spot that because he was right in front of me, and I was sort of looking around and trying to hope that I could, you know, see the bids that were coming for that horse.
What was the highlight for you for the day?
Oh look, that was really special. That lot 102. I'm thrilled that that Cambridge Stud overall have really provided the highlights. You know, they've provided the top two lots. Kate Blanco has done a great job, and yeah, to have that special tribute to a super sire, to a legend, to a hero of New Zealand I think was great.
Awesome. Jimmy Choo was really in demand, and I mean, you know better than anyone how important it is that we get some sire power in New Zealand, because we've seen it with Beale, now we've seen it with his son, Sava Beale, so many people wanting to buy them. We need the next one to step up, don't we?
There's no doubt about it. And I felt coming into the sale that there was a lot of positivity around the general depth to the stallions now in New Zealand, particularly some of those young emerging sires. We saw Tavistock do a great job again last night, you know, those sorts of sires. And yeah, to see those freshman sires so well received, the Jimmy Shue and Kate Blanco's and sire, I think, a great sign.
Just the New Zealand fillies, the great bloodlines that we had, like through Cambridge Stud, like the Love Diamonds, you love Trista, and obviously you've got your Waikato studs with Glamour Puss and Glam. They're just great families, and buyers can come over here knowing that they're just going to get quality year after year, and as opposed to going somewhere and having no confidence. That's why they just keep coming back.
Yeah, I think that's right. They come back because they know that we've got a proven strike rate.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, the horses out of New Zealand, they outperform, you know, their representation just so enormously.
Yeah.
And as you say, those sorts of families, they're well regarded, you know, around the world. You know, they've got top performers in Australia on the page, and that's really important as well.
And you do a good job hosting too. Don't you? It was a good night last night, like the Karaka Millions night.
Well, we're still sport. It's got to be entertaining.
Yeah,
so,
sure.
you know, we make sure that people enjoy themselves as well.
It's a great
that has become a big part of it now, Karaka Million, hasn't it? I mean, was that the 8th renewal last night? And something that, you know, those first couple of years we struggled to get a lot of those Australians to want to come along. Now you can't keep them away, can you?
Well, they love a drink.
Right.
Yeah. But, you know, the first couple of years they go, oh, wait, we want to go to the races. But now they want to come along and be a part of it.
Yeah, well, look, we're lucky to have Ellerslie. You know, it's a really special place, and I think, and a lot of the overseas buyers say that. And yeah, it's just, you know, that short, sharp race card, 6 races. You know, the big race. It's got a great atmosphere, I think, like no other race day. And like you say now, I mean, it's...
And then boom.
and then boom. Just to top it off.
Fireworks.
Yeah, that was good.
That was quite good.
Yeah, it was really good.
With Liam winning the million too, that's just a great international. I think we spoke to Andrew about this, you know, a couple of weeks ago. It's just a great advertisement, isn't it?
It's so good. And in that winner's circle afterwards, I mean, there was hundreds of people. They have such a big group that have come over with them. They were all so excited. A lot of them had run second before, so they thought that was amazing. But to win it, they were just completely over the moon. And honestly, last night they were like, let's go back tomorrow and buy the next one.
Yeah.
Hey, let's not forget he's by a New Zealand stallion either. You know, he could have been, Liam could have bought an Australian-based stallion's progeny and bought it back. But he is a New Zealand horse. Let's not forget that. Everyone's saying, oh, you know, the Australians are too good as 2-year-olds. Well, no, he's a New Zealand horse. He's by showcasing.
Yeah, that's right. Look, that was a brilliant result. I was thrilled for them. And I love that Liam has really targeted that race. You know, he bought from just about all sessions, including the South Island session, and entered all those horses, didn't he? And you know, and he's pulled it off.
Well,
so
he's
good on
won
him.
2 from 3 and run second in the other one,
That's
isn't
right.
he? So it's a great effort. Great effort.
Give us an overview of what's still to come this week.
Well, so we've got day 2 of the Premier Sale tomorrow, which is. It's funny how you get a run of horses day 1 to day 2, but you know, there's a lot of word on the street that tomorrow is possibly even a stronger selection than today. We've got a few highlights tomorrow. But then that doesn't stop for us. Then it's K2, and the select sale starts Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and that's a really good little market. And I think we'll see a lot more of the locals step up there. I hope they'll be active tomorrow as well, because I think that's important. And then we have our day off on Saturday, and then, the great big festival sale on Sunday.
Awesome. Well, we wish you well with the rest of the week.
Thank you.
All right, Petrea Vela with us here on Weigh In. That pretty much wraps us up. Been a good night, hasn't it?
Has.
Been a
great day.
Good few days. Trenton was good. Last night was great. Had a ball. Today's got a good vibe about it. Might buy one tomorrow. Get excited.
All right, now thanks obviously to Butch and to Twiggy and to Petrea, our other guest Liam Birchley, to Donna Logan, Jacob Mackay, Andrew Forsman and Bruce Perry. We'll catch you in 7 days. Bye for now.